Probably a little more streamlined, the process. Jared Leto is going to join me in a few minutes here. He's in the new movie called House of Gucci, which opens Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve. And we'll see what's going on with that. Week in Cox. Look ahead to Sunday morning. It's just a couple of days away. Every Sunday morning, 8 to 10. It's 2 hours of the best stuff from the week. And you can hear it in its entirety here on MMS. It's also in podcast form. Be a little bit longer on the air sometimes. And then I'm headed downtown. After I'm here live on Sunday mornings overseeing the Week in Cox.
Oh, you do that?
Yeah. I do it from a secret location so that Bill and usually Poundcake can't see me.
Lately, more Bill than Poundcake.
Yes.
A little lazy.
Yes. Bill Squire is your host for the Week in Cox. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah, he's been a little more merry on Fridays lately.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Now, why is that?
Well, because he was...
You're not putting the screws to him?
Well, he was out for that one Friday where his roommate had COVID.
Yeah.
And then, because he was getting tested, and then he's out this Friday. So he's missed 2 of the last 3 Fridays. So, just calling like it is.
I understand. Yeah. You have to see what it is. And
some of us have to be here consistently.
So not even a single that day, or those 2 days, let alone a double.
Okay. Correct. Okay. And then I'm headed downtown a Sunday morning because it's a Browns home game, and we do the Cox Out pregame parties. That's a couple hours before kickoff for everyone at the home game. So get down to the Ivy around 10:30, have some pops. It's a good time. Ivy's at West 6th and Lakeside, right there on the corner.
It'll be a fun weekend for the game, too. Nice 40-degree rainy weather.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
I don't know if it's going to rain during the game, but it's going to be in, the 40s.
I was reading that they had called off that, awful weather advisory that they had at first. I think East Siders might have gotten a couple inches. Yeah, we got a dusting where we are on the west side.
When I left my house this morning, there was snow on cars, but nothing on the ground.
I assessed the situation, and I went back to bed for another 20 minutes this morning when I saw that my car was not under 18 feet of snow.
Yeah.
Check the traffic maps. We're good to go.
You're parked on the street where you live?
No, actually, I have a parking lot somewhat, but it's the Wild West, dude. There's one line for 14 cars to try and determine is that
what it is?
It's lovely Kent.
You live in Kent?
I live in Kent.
I didn't know that. Jesus, you got to come here from Kent?
How bad do I want it?
I knew. There's no question that you wanted it bad, but wow, I didn't know you were making that haul.
It's great, though, because nobody else is on the road. I can blare whatever the hell I want to. I can drive like a straight-up dick to the music that is very loud.
You would be blaring whatever you wanted, even if it was bumper to bumper.
Well, that's true, but I can go fast. And,
I see.
And there's nobody I can really need to worry about running into, so it works out. It's cool.
What is that, 40 minutes?
It is 43 minutes.
Wow, door to door.
Not bad.
I thought didn't you used to live in the city though?
I used to live 5 minutes from here, and then when my situation changed, I was like, I'm away from everyone I love. This sucks. I'm lonely. I don't leave the house anyway. So I'm like, I now live 90 seconds door to door from Abby and the girls. So it works out really, really well.
Wow,
living a sober life, man.
Yeah, good for you. Listen, every few years, somebody thinks that they found Jimmy Hoffa, or somebody thinks that they have information that might lead them to Jimmy Hoffa. It's been, I don't know if it's even, I don't even know how it's described anymore. I don't know if Jimmy Hoffa is a cold case officially. I think there's a file somewhere, and every few years the FBI goes, all right, we got another guy who called it in. Well, they had a guy who just gave a deathbed confession who said that his father was part of the group that buried Jimmy Hoffa in a landfill, that a guy named Frank Capella gave a written deathbed confession to a guy who apparently is like a Jimmy Hoffa expert or something. Do people still know who Jimmy Hoffa is?
I don't.
He was a union leader that was just disappeared one day.
Yeah,
and everybody knew he got murdered by somebody associated with the mob. And but it happened a long time ago, 1975. And the conventional wisdom is that the mafia rubbed him out, and they just didn't like the cut of his jib. After a while, he wasn't playing ball anymore. They made a movie, right? Wasn't that part of The Irishman? Wasn't Al Pacino?
I don't know. I turned off
was Jimmy
The
Hoffa.
Irishman because it was so that scene where it's Robert De Niro beating up the guy with his 80-year-old body, and he's supposed to be 25.
He's half kicking him.
Yeah,
and
he's just like stumbling around. I'm like, I can't watch this movie.
So you never finished it?
I couldn't finish it.
I didn't finish it either.
It took me out of it.
I liked it. Well,
I think it's a good story. I just think they should have used a younger actor. I don't think you need to use Robert De Niro. He's he's a legend, but he's not the right guy for that part.
They dyed his hair black. They tried to CGI his face younger. Yeah, it was really strange. It was strange.
They did CGI his face younger, so his face looked younger, but his body still moved like a guy that's near 80 years old.
That's right.
And it just does not work.
Uh-huh.
So did the guy spit out coordinates of where Jimmy Hoffa's whereabouts before he croaked, or was it he's at the corner of, and
Imagine
then just
having
croaked out?
That close a relationship with your dad where he's telling you where he buried bodies. And me and my dad, we have to keep things very surface level or else it goes downhill real fast.
Wow. Well, you should go back and finish it.
The Irishman?
Yeah.
Maybe over this weekend. Next weekend when we've got some time off. There's so many... Why? Why should I?
Why not? I don't know.
Because it sucks.
I don't know.
It sucks. Like, I can't watch it and take it serious because of it. An 80-year-old playing a 25-year-old does not work. It just doesn't.
No, but that's one scene.
Right, but it's through the whole movie he doesn't move like a young guy.
Yeah, that's true. He kind of dodders around like... because I was watching Goodfellas, and that movie is 30 years old. Mm-hmm. It's 32 years old, give or take. And then they had to, like, gray his hair out. So he was on the other side of it.
Right,
He still looked like
works.
a youngish dude.
That is, it doesn't always really translate, but that's better than... Like, making a young person look old works way better than making an elderly person, not an old person, an elderly person look young. To look 25.
Well,
that was ridiculous.
I was raised watching Beverly Hills 90210, so this is no issue to me. It was always the elderly playing high school kids and whatnot. So I don't think I'd have a problem latching onto that movie. Why I should. I'm going to go back to it. You should too, Bill.
All right, I'll give it another shot.
Peer pressure.
So long, too. God damn.
Thanks for noticing.
Yeah. So this guy apparently said that his dad had something to do with Hoffa being killed. I don't know what a written confession means. You could be somebody making crap up and give them a written confession.
You're getting a zoom there.
Am I?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me see. Hello? Hello? Hey, what's up, man? I'm good. Can everybody hear Jared Leto?
I cannot.
You cannot?
No, I cannot.
No, Jared's not on yet.
Oh, okay. Hi.
It's Emily and Bill from iHeart, New York.
We can hear you there.
Okay.
Cool. Everybody can hear me?
I mean, Alan, you sound a little far away, though.
Do I sound far away?
Because your mic's not going
Kinda.
through it.
All
When
right.
you have it hooked up, you are not going through the...
Oh, I'm not going through it, so I
Yeah.
got to have this over here by me.
wow.
There we go.
Ah,
now we hear ya.
Look at
Now
that.
we got you.
I'm going to put you on my lap. That's why it's a laptop.
Oh boy.
So they'll hear me
yeah,
right
so
here.
if you guys could just set your timer once you start so we can keep Jared going,
Yes. I'll start it at 8 minutes.
that'd be perfect.
And I'll put my laptop right here so I can hear him and he can hear me. And we'll talk about the movie. Right? Is he rapping with somebody else?
No, we're going to start with you guys, but he just, he's got limited time.
Yeah,
with
I
us,
get
so
it. He's
it's
got
a
stuff
whole-
to do.
Yeah.
Is this going to be
It's a whole
camera
other-
on or off?
Camera will be off.
Off. Got it. All right. I prefer it because I didn't do myself up today. So I like to be camera ready at all times, Bill. And it
I know.
doesn't
I know
always
where
work.
I hear you.
Yeah. So, yeah. So anyway.
As long as you have your pants on, we're okay.
You're right, yes.
He's not Jeffrey Toobin.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hi, Jared. Okay. Alan, you want to take it away in Cleveland?
Yeah, Jared, what's going on?
Well, this and that, and in Los Angeles, California, I've been running around the world promoting the House of Gucci movie. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Adam Driver was just in Cleveland for a month or so shooting whatever his next movie is. And
I thought you were going to say he was paying you a visit.
no, I had hoped for it, but it didn't happen. You know, when everybody's shooting, nobody wants to come in and, talk to dopey me. But
He's missing out, my friend. And I actually did talk to him about Cleveland. I did when we were in London, I was talking about Cleveland with him, and I knew that when he was finished up with in Rome that he was going to head out there, and he said he just had a fantastic time there. He really loved it.
Yeah, it's a great city. Has 30 Seconds to Mars you guys have played Cleveland before?
Only about 150 times.
There you go.
I mean, we started off playing literally the lobby at the House of Blues.
Yeah.
Not even the main, like a stage. We would play the lobby in like front of 50 people. And we kind of groveled and worked our way up from there. But it used to be a very consistent and regular spot. I think we would play there every 6 to 8 months. It was a really special place for us because we had a chance to come back time and time again and build our audience the old-fashioned way, and had a lot of very memorable shows there.
When I mentioned you were going to be on, I told the audience, I said, take a second and Google Jared Leto, Paolo Gucci, because when they showed you a mock-up, and they joke about this all the time, they'll say, so-and-so looks unrecognizable, when really all they did was put him in glasses and change their hair. You cannot tell it's you playing Paolo Gucci in House of Gucci. When they showed you the mock-up for this role, did you immediately jump and say yes?
I appreciate it's the highest compliment that you can get paid is when people see this film and they kind of lean over to a friend and say, I thought Jared was in this movie. That's kind of exactly what you want. When I read the script, I had no idea what he looked like. And when I spoke with the director, Ridley Scott, who's one of my favorite directors in the world, I mean, the guy did Gladiator and Blade Runner, and it's just a master. I told him he actually sent me the script for a different part, and when I read the script, I fell in love with this character. But I had no idea what he looked like, and when I did, I knew that it would be a very transformative process, a really, really immersive process, which I love. And we went on a journey to bring this wild character to life.
Was there any backlash from bald actors that you had taken a role from them that they otherwise might have gotten?
I mean, Jeffrey Tambor.
Well, the big secret is, I've been wearing a wig for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number two, what's funny is my grandfather was a cue ball by the time he was like 22. And he shaved it like Kojak. And he was super cool. He was never missing any hair. He had a lot of personality, and there's a lot of my grandfather in this character, that playfulness, that kind of mischievous look in his eyes, and his sense of humor and his larger-than-life personality. So I have my grandfather to thank for that.
I would assume because Jared Leto is in House of Gucci, which opens Wednesday. It opens Thanksgiving Eve. And it's a true story. It's wild for people who don't know the story. I kind of vaguely remembered all the machinations that went on there, but if you do a deep dive on it, it's a wild story. It's got everything you want, not only in a movie and a story, but also in real life. So I would imagine that the remaining members of the Gucci family might cry foul over it.
Well, it's a really big family, so I'm sure there'll be lots of people that love it. There might be some that don't, but it's an amazing family. They built an incredible brand. They built a dynasty, and it was a really volatile family as well. And there was a murder in the family, so pretty wild stuff. I think people, like, everyone knows the brand Gucci. They know that name, but I don't think people know this story, and they're going to be shocked. It's really quite surprising. I never knew anything about it, and when I read the script, my mind was blown.
So you didn't know that Paolo Gucci was obsessed with pigeons?
No, and I didn't know that he had a thing for corduroy. Right.
Well, if you got to have a thing for anything, corduroy. You can't sneak up on people when wearing those pants, but it's still fun.
It's warm, it's flexible, and it's comfortable.
Lady Gaga said that it was a very, very intense shoot for her, and that in some ways it kind of triggered her in some negative ways, and that Ridley Scott had been really good in keeping an eye on her like that. Was there kind of a palpable tension, not in a bad way, but in a way that really kind of put everybody on edge to tell this story?
What was on set is a lot of excitement. I think everyone felt like that this was an opportunity to see what we were made of. and to get in the ring with one another. You know, a lot of really interesting, creative people. Al Pacino, Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Jeremy Irons, Salma Hayek, just a really unique cast. And of course, you know, at the head of it, the general himself, Ridley Scott, you know, he really has a high bar. And I know for me personally, it was really an opportunity of a lifetime. I loved it. And now Pacino playing my father, you know, I couldn't ask for anything more. That's an actor who taught me about all the possibilities with making films, you know, from Scarface, you know, to The Godfather, and on and on and on. This is a guy who's really just had a career, an enviable career.
Pretty soon you're going to be talking about Morbius, right? I mean, you're Joker on the DC side, you're Morbius on the Marvel Sony side, so you got a foot in both sides of the comic book universe.
Yeah, man, I'm excited about it. It'll be in January. It comes out, I think, the 29th or something. But yeah, we're going to be promoting that as soon as you know, the new year starts. It's been a long time coming. It's a brand new Marvel character, has never been on the screen before, so I'm really excited about bringing that character to life for the very first time.
And I know you got a million other things going on, so I know that 30 Seconds to Mars is never done. It's just maybe on hiatus or in the background. Is there anything new on that front?
Yeah, we've really been writing songs for, I think we have, you know, a couple hundred new songs, to be honest. And, you know, we took
a couple hundred?
Yeah, a couple hundred.
Wow.
And yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we really hunkered down during lockdown and just wrote. You know, our last tour was 2019, and we, you know, obviously touring is coming back to life, but it's still really volatile. And you know, we'll probably put new music out in the new year, and then be right back out on the road as we normally do.
Well, it's never a bad show. Jared Leto is in House of Gucci, which is going to open everywhere on Wednesday, on Thanksgiving Eve. He's Paolo Gucci. It's a wild transformation for you in this movie. And I'm going to let you get back to it, man. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, brother.
All right, take care.
Talk to you next time. I appreciate it.
Will do.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, there you go. There's Jared Leto.
What a sweet band, though.
30 Seconds to Mars?
Yeah, saw them with Linkin Park in Detroit, and I was there for Linkin Park, and they won a fan that night.
Yeah, I always felt bad a little bit because everybody thought that here was a guy who was tired of being an actor and just wanted to be in a band. And his brother had the band before he was ever really doing anything else. I think maybe he had done My So-Called Life. Like, he's done so many things since then. Well, I forget about My So-Called Life.
Like, he started with My So-Called Life, and then was just kind of like, he was in a few things. I mean, he's in Fight Club, but he doesn't even really have any lines in Fight Club.
Yeah.
He just gets beat up in Fight Club.
Blonde hair.
Yeah.
And beat up.
You're too blonde.
So House of Gucci looks pretty wild. I forgot to ask, I don't even know if it's streaming or, I think you have to go to the theater.
No, this is in theaters only.
Yeah, there you go.
And it comes out Thursday. I'm very excited to see this.
Ridley Scott and Lady Gaga.
And he looks like Jeffrey Tambor. Like, the transformation that he made to, you know, with the makeup and everything that they used to make him look like this character is fantastic.
He's Hank Kingsley. He's Fat Larry David.
Let me know. You say, hey now.
Hank's Look Around Cafe, where you and your food go on an adventure. Okay.
Now, is that up in the air?
Huh?
Is that up in the air?
No. It's street level. Hank, I think an animal got caught in the gears under the... I've got to take a break here. If you want to get a text in for anything, 35192. Another $1,000 for you to win at 3:30. And after the break, I'll get you the last pair of tickets for Bert Kreischer. The Birdie Boy Relapse Tour is at the Romo Fijo tomorrow night. So if you can go, I'll have tickets for you coming back here.
It's the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio